To see where capitalism changes the relationship between labor and price, it helps to begin with a simpler market. Imagine a society of independent producers. The carpenter owns the tools and sells furniture. The farmer works the land and sells crops. The shoemaker owns the workshop and sells shoes. Welcome to democratic economy, where we follow the structure of the system to identify the underlying mechanisms of inequality. This is similar to Adam Smith's rude and early state. The phrase is old, but the purpose is useful. It gives us a starting point where producers own their means of production and receive the income from what they sell. Suppose furniture provides a much higher income per hour than shoes. Some producers will move toward furniture. Furniture supply rises, competition increases, and its price falls. At the same time, fewer people produce shoes. Shoe supply falls, and shoe prices rise. The movement creates a balancing pressure. Income per hour tends to equalize, which means price remains proportional to direct and indirect labor time. This is labor value acting as a center of gravity. Now add materials and rent. The carpenter buys wood and rents a workshop. The price of the table must recover those inputs and provide income for the carpenter's labor. The wood contains labor performed in forestry, milling, and transportation. The workshop contains labor performed in construction and maintenance. Adding these inputs makes the production chain more complicated, but it does not automatically break the proportionality between price and labor. Each sector faces the same competitive movement. Now introduce the decisive change. Separate the producer from ownership. The worker no longer owns the means of production or the completed table. The capitalist advances money for the building, tools, wood, and labor power. The worker performs the labor and receives a fixed wage. The capitalist owns the table and the money realized when it sells. The independent producer previously occupied both positions. The same person supplied labor, controlled the productive property, and received the remaining value. Waged labor divides that position into two classes. The worker operates through CMC. Labor power is sold for wages, and wages purchase necessities. The capitalist operates through MCM prime. Money purchases productive commodities, and the completed commodity must return more money. Now, imagine that value added in production is divided 60% to capital and 40% to labor. The exact percentages are arbitrary. What matters is the relationship. If every sector maintains the same division, changes in production can still move through the economy without silently redefining the value of labor. Suppose harvested wood sells for $10. $4 goes to the labor that harvested it, while $6 goes to capital. The wood is transformed into hammer handles. New labor is added, the product is sold, and the new value is again divided according to the same relationship. Iron ore moves through mining and manufacturing in the same way. Every stage transfers earlier value and adds new living labor. Competition between equivalent producers helps determine the socially necessary labor time for each step. If one hammer producer charges $7, while an equivalent producer charges $5, buyers move toward the $5 hammer. Workers and capital also move in search of better returns. Prices are pressured toward a social center. The question is, what happens when productivity changes? Suppose a mining innovation cuts the labor required to produce iron ore in half. The labor value of the ore falls. That lower value should move through the hammerhead sector and eventually reduce the value of the hammer. But before competition forces that correction, the capitalist purchasing the cheaper ore may continue selling hammerheads at the old price. The worker performs the same immediate task for the same wage. The capitalist's material cost falls. The temporary difference becomes additional profit. The division may shift from 60-40 to 70-30, not because the capitalist performed additional labor, but because ownership gives the capitalist control over the reduction in cost. This is the structural break. Under independent production, the producer benefits directly from increased productivity. Under waged labor, the owner decides whether the gain becomes shorter hours, higher wages, lower prices, additional output, or additional profit. The issue is not innovation. Producing the same amount with less labor is a genuine social gain. The issue is who automatically owns that gain. In the next video, we will follow this productivity advantage into competition. We will see how it creates super profit, why competitors copy it, and why the advantage eventually disappears.